Alright, welcome back. We're still playing the Lemurian Phoenix. And we're on scenario 2. Case 2. Eternity's End. A spiritual leader meets an unexpected fate. Are they gonna die? This is a lot. Oh, what's this over here? Oh my goodness. This is like a time capsule? Or someone's... The bottle of gin is unopened. Interesting. Okay. Method 5. Start... Oh, continued. Okay. Start timer and observe effects. 6 after test, clean equipment and water. Results. Only took 7 minutes to reach stage 1 and another 15 for the full effect. Conclusion. The method works. Ready to proceed. Okay. Now, I wonder if that's this woman with the necklace. But then this woman also has a necklace and she looks different. Maybe person. And this is a dead... goat. And their belly has been shaved? The fish are also dead. And there's a... Did they wash the equipment in the pond and kill the goat and the fish? Okay. Oh dear goodness. Okay, right. So we've got chili powder, mint, jasmine, coriander, cumin, mustard. Make your rice twice as nice by adding your choice of spice. A wild mix, a mild mix, a fresh mix, and an earth mix. Okay. Oh. Okay. So someone cooks. Ah, okay. So let me get a piece of paper. Okay, so we've got on the table, I don't even know if I need to know this. We've got green and blue with a spoon. Then we've got a spoon there. And a spoon there, and this looks like brown. And then we've got one there with a spoon, and that's pink. Then we've got one there and one there. That's pink as well, with a spoon there, and a spoon there. It's interesting that this spoon is on this side. Perhaps they're left-handed. And that's just green. Okay, let's have a look at what the mixes are. So this is a mild mix, because it's the green and blue. Those two pinks are wild mixes. Those browns are earth. And the other one is fresh. Okay. Cool. We might need to know that. Who knows? Something was tied up here. Chili plant. A jasmine plant. A mint plant. Can't see if anything's been cut. There's a trowel there though, by the mint. Newcomer's handbook. Oh, okay. Gardening duties. Let's open that. Okay. During the evening you may rest. Cooking duties. Serve everyone their leftovers from previous evening's meal. During afternoon fast, you may take time off to meditate or study. Cook, bless and serve a hearty yet simple meal of spiced rice. When setting the table, remember, the longer the decadent has been here, the closer to the first sentinel's end of the table they have. Wait. When setting the table, remember, the longer a dedicant has been here, the closer to the first sentinel's end of the table they have the honor. So the first sentinel is at the top? Which way round is it? Could it be that way or that way? So perhaps they've both been here the same amount of time? Okay. That looks like maybe the goat got out. Okay. You shouldn't feel sick or sad for that matter. You should feel nothing in particular, for he is not gone. His consciousness has simply been redistributed. Now, come on. I've already laid the table. Let's eat breakfast. We don't want last night's leftovers to go to waste. So he's the newcomer. Oh. Okay, but we don't know which end. Okay. Oh, wait. Hide that. No, hide that. I felt sick after dinner last night, but it passed quickly. At first, I assumed it must be food poisoning. Then after I began vomiting foam, I thought maybe the virus had returned. Now, though, I finally understand. My body knew something was wrong with First Sentinel Nagase. As First Sentinel Nagase, scribe of 28 years, I feel it my duty to document this morning's tragic events. By the time I awoke, Kwanzaa was already laying the table. Okay, so that guy's Kwanzaa. Alright. When I came outside, I saw her knock for First Sentinel Nagase, but no one answered, so she let herself into his quarters. A few moments later, she emerged and told us all the terrible news. He too had fallen ill, but he died in his sleep. Ori and Koi have now been allowed in to see their father, whilst the rest of us wait outside. Gresto. So this is Gresto. And this is Kwanzaa? Okay. Oh. The same thing happened to me. I threw up all foamy after dinner, but soon I was fine again. I wonder why only two of us seem to have been affected. Perhaps we've unknowingly reached a higher level of empathy. Now she's got a watering can. Wait. Ah! No! I don't want to see that just yet. I've already laid the table. Does the newcomer have to lay the table? Serve everyone's leftovers when setting the table. Yeah, okay. So that person is the newcomer. Okay. Let's hide that. Waterfall proclamations. December 4th, 1912. First Sentinels may not accept donations. They must do away with material goods and wealth. February 13th, 1915. When a First Sentinel dies, his eldest son succeeds him. If the First Sentinel had no sons, there can be no new First Sentinel until another is chosen by the universe to fulfill the ancient prophecy. November 23rd. In the case of twins, there can be two First Sentinels. June 3rd, 1939. Sin is no longer to be met with punishment but compassion. November 24th, 1940. The first true First Sentinel, First Sentinel Nagase, will live forever. Does this thing have a date? I think... So, I think this is when Nagase became First Sentinel. Wife was pregnant. Wife had twins. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's just check in here. We've got antiemetics, avoid alcohol during use. Prescribed by Dr. Jolene Prenzy. Okay. Homeopathic solution, Moondrift. Prescribed by Rallo Krish. Moisturizer. Mouthwash, a toothbrush, and a straight razor. Okay. This is the duties rota. Dedicants Nosy, Raffelli, and Tranter, excellent work lately. The universe will surely reward you. Boys, I expect the same output from you as any other dedicant. Raise your standards. Okay. So, if we think Gresto, do we think Gresto is Gresto Nosy? Kwanzaa is Kwanzaa Rafeli? And then K is Koi and Ori, and they end in an N. Nagase. Right. And then what's PN? GN. Unless maybe GN is not nosy. Yeah, no, I think it probably is. Or P nosy. And then it's A Tranta, isn't it? Okay. So this person has a watering can. This person has laid the table. And it says Kwanzaa was already laying the table. So when Kwanzaa's laying up, do we think it's a Monday because she was laying the table? Yeah, I would say so. So Monday, Kwanzaa was laying the table, which means Gresto was cleaning. So she's Tranta. Let's put Tranta there because she was gardening. Possibly. So who could have poisoned? Gresto could have poisoned, or if it was water collection, Kwanzaa. Or maybe that's something to do with it. Okay. Right, let's go in here. The man is not breathing. That's interesting. Look at this. Those have been put on his eyes. Okay. A bucket filled with vomit. From what everyone here has told me, it sounds like the virus you all had a couple of weeks ago is going around again. Surprising though, I'd have expected you to be immune from getting it a second time. It's also strange that Mr. Nagase succumbed to the virus while the two others who caught it again seem to have shaken it off. We'll need a full autopsy. Pravi Nagase suffered severe burns, otherwise remarkably fit and healthy. Moisturized burn areas each night before bed. Okay. Prescription antiemetics. All followers also infected. Some insist on taking Quack's medicine. Okay, so she's Dr. Jolene, right? She must be. Jolene Prenzy? Okay. Don't you see? It's as I've been telling everyone for a year now. Our father never truly understood the waterfall's proclamations. Clearly, it's his spirit. It is his spirit that will survive eternally. Now take this and pass it around outside once you're done. So he's one of the kids. So he's a Nagase. And he's a Nagase. Vote. Should there be an autopsy? Anya. Okay. Cool. Right. So I think That's Anya. How is this even possible after the Waterfall's proclamation just the other day? Oh, how will we go on without him? So the Waterfall proclamation was on November 24th. So this is like November 24th, 1940. Yeah, okay. Equipment must be washed in pure alcohol between tests to remove contaminants. Okay. Friday. Today is my son's 25th birthday, making them the same age as I was when I fulfilled the ancient prophecy and took on this mantle. Kwanzaa is concerned that our boys are not worthy of their destinies. I must admit I am too. Her intuition has developed impressively since she first arrived here. Days before the second proclamation, she has become a fine mother. Okay, so Kwanzaa, days before second proc. So that was... Hang on. $1915. So she's got to be the longest one, right? Okay. Saturday. Everything is clear now. The Waterfall agrees, and the universe has provided a solution that does not contradict any past proclamations. I will reveal the message this evening. First thing this morning, before anyone else was awake, I found that our stupid goat escaped again. Must have chewed through his rope while we were asleep, as he was definitely there when everyone went to bed yesterday. Okay. No man of his position should ever be made to suffer such an indignity. So he's the homeopath. Oh crikey. Right, so who's the what was his name? Rallo Krish. Okay. So we reckon this fella is Rallo Krish. He's a Nagase. So he's got that. So we think that's Ori, which makes that Koi. Do we think that's Pravi? Wait. Does he have burns? Kinda. Could do. Pravi Nagase? Okay. And we reckoned Kwanzaa was Rafeli and Gresto was Nazi? Yay! Okay. Cool. So, he's the homeopath. He has lots of... Okay. If a certain substance normally causes a particular symptom, a homeopathic remedy made from that substance will cure the illness. Homeopathic remedies are made by repeatedly diluting the active ingredient until not a single speck remains, just water. So water. Destined to live forever. Get plenty of sun as a sign of respect for the fire that marked you. Embrace rather than treat the marks. All followers are also affected. Some are so arrogant as to favor Western medicine. Solar plexus chakra blockages. November 10th. She's saying a couple of weeks ago. Okay. Right. If he is the... If this first sentinel is where they live. Okay. The longer a dedicant has been here, the closer to the first sentinel's end of the table. Now, this is going to... Right, hang on. My name's... No. I think I might put... Because I knew the twins had to be together, and I knew Gresto had been here for 28 years, and Kwanzaa is the mother, so she can't have been there that much longer after. Okay. Kitchen. Which recipes cause sickness and which didn't? Okay, so we know that he had... So the wild mix... did cause sickness, and I threw up all foamy, but soon I was fine again. I felt sick, then I was vomiting foam. Okay. Yeah, so that one and that one. So that one. Okay. So what? It must have been the mint. Huh. Could it be the mustard seeds? Okay. Unless someone's lying. I wonder why only 2 of us seem to have been affected. Now, he says he threw up. No, wait, is that her? That's her. So one of them's lying. Okay. Now... if she had that one... Okay. They definitely didn't get sick. She says she got sick. So it's... maybe they were all? No. Okay, so if all of those... okay. She wasn't sick. It's not... I swear to God, it's not what killed him. Unless she gave him something else. Okay, so... if it's the fresh and the mild... mint, no, no. Wait. No, neither of those... they don't have anything that crosses over. Maybe it's that. Because they had ground things in them! Cool. Okay. Okay. The goat. The goat died because someone washed no, someone ground spices into a mortar and pestle. Hang on. And then put it on the ground seeds. Wait, let's check. Yeah, seeds into a mortar and pestle. No. Ground seeds into a paste. Into a paste using the mortar and pestle, and then put it on the something. Goat's belly? Belly. Where's belly? Okay. Ground. Did they not use the... Maybe they didn't grind it. Someone... Oh no, it's 2 or fewer. Poured seeds into a pond? No. Okay. I really think it's ground into a paste using the knife? No. I'm sure it's the mortar and pestle. Because that's what that says. The goat died because someone ground seeds into a paste and then put it on the goat's belly. Now, I don't know why they do that. Ground medicine? Moondrift? What's in the moondrift? I really shouldn't just guess. It's terrible. What's in the moondrift? It's like a flower. Okay. Okay. Pravi Nagase died of food poisoning because someone put... Hang on. Chili seeds into the food, into the medicine, into the moondrift. No, okay. Put homeopathic medicine into the food. Died of food poisoning? No. He's definitely the one who died. Okay. It's also strange that he succumbed to the virus. They've shaken it off. Antiemetics. And then foamy vomit, solar plexus chakra blockages, solution note 104. Made from that substance will cure the illness. Died of moondrift poisoning? In the medicine? No. Okay. Died of... Maybe it's not... Okay. No. That's definitely Pravi. Yeah. That looks like chili. Nope. So what happened to the goat? Someone put ground moon drift into a paste. Makes sense that it would be all of it. Okay. I ain't sure what's happened here though. Okay. Okay, on the Saturday, he said he was going to live forever. He used the moisturizer. Therefore, when the mortar and pestle was used to prepare Sunday's dinner, it made people sick. Later, while on something duty. Okay, who's on duty? Let's move that there. Move that there. So on Saturday, someone took a... Is experiment a word? Took a goat to the pond for a test. On Saturday, later while on something duty, could have been washing a water collection. I don't think it's took a goat to a pond. Something, I would say, ground the something in the mortar and pestle, but not with... Not with alcohol, or cleaned, washed the mortar and pestle in the pond, but not with alcohol. Who is on cooking and cleaning? Ori? Could be Ori? Because they're not doing very well. Who's been testing? While on cooking duty, someone took a something to the pond for a... do you know what? I still think he took it to the pond. While on water? No. While on Water collection duty. Gresto Nozzy? Yeah, that was wild. That was never going to be right. Okay. On Saturday, Pravi Nagase announced he would live forever. Whilst on duty, someone took a something to the something for a something. Took a... Let's look at that again. I would say that's like cleaning. That goat has definitely been taken. Took a goat to the pond for a test. Who would be on gardening? Before anyone else was awake. It was definitely there when everyone went to bed. What if the guy on Overnight Watch did it? While on Overnight Watch. Okay. All right. You've solved the scenario. 2 weeks before the first Sentinel's death, Rallo Krish had prescribed a homeopathic moon drift solution to treat the Adipi virus and its main symptoms, foamy vomit. Koi theorized, according to the principles of homeopathy, the moon drift flower should therefore cause foamy vomit. He wondered if it could be used as a topical poison to kill his father without arousing suspicion and set about his test. Holy crap, Koi! Koi killed his dad. You're listening to MU Today with me, Girali Poma. Our top story this morning. The King has announced plans to step down from royal duties following mounting pressure from the clergy and the public. In a statement, Tikor Palace said King Orant would relinquish power to his son, Prince Lutri, at an official ceremony on Wednesday. The announcement follows days of unrest in which crowds have taken to the streets to protest the King's recent solstice speech, which centered around plans to westernize Lemuria. Okay. Interesting. All right. Whoa, that looks exciting. Okay. Right, I'm going to leave it there. That was case 2. Eternity's End. All right. See you again soon.